Guys, we're back here with a video Doki Doki. We skipped a little bit to get a little further into the gameplay. So we're here with Yuri, and she's talking about how her and Nasuki usually don't act like this and like cuss at each other normally. They don't act like this. So we're into the part of the game where it's different, I guess. I don't know what's about to happen, but let's go. I'm happy that you consider and apologize. You don't have to worry much. Even though I've only been here for a couple days, I could tell something was off about yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Carl. Don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. I'm really glad you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter when you're around. Sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Nasuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Geez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Nasuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Riri, what the heck are you talking about? Monica did something. Had to. She had to do something with Nasuki's memory. There's no way. Did you do something yesterday? Eh? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But Mibble, Cellcloth, Blindsight, Lifeline, Anon, Reciprocity, Faultlessly Offered, Scleromlacia, Nade, Catholicate. Well, accept your apology anyways, if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, it's kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Nasuki turns to me. You're still on trial though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Nasuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still. That must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Aw, well thanks you, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Monica looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Carl. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. Choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Carl? Since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. I'm supposed to? I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. What's the story about anyway? Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol in the front of the book. Basically, it's just about this religious camp and that was turned into a human experiment prison. What the fuck? And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the faculty gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyways, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the things about the limbs. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri makes it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ah, you're not a fan of that sort of thing, Carl? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's kind of that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Oh my god. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest of anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts? No. I don't know what that said. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please, stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I have put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slept in the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading with company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It says I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I'm just bathing in the feeling. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of different to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I take a page, turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb and flips to her side. I've been holding it like this. We're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Oh, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting off the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Eh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking that with the way she second guesses things she says and all that. Ah, that's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Eh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Carl? Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri's acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Aha, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes. It's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Should we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it in the back of my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Can I choose this? I can choose this. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after the last one. Then again, if this was one was good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough. You're still new to this, so I won't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Mizuki, I don't understand your poem. It's gibberish. Carl? Why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. Stop. Stop. So just play with me instead. Okay. You don't hate me, Carl, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Is that blood from her face? Don't ruin it. Please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. Monica, please come in here now. Now, Monica. 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 That's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. Holy shit. Holy fuck. What the hell just happened? That actually jump scared me. What the fuck? Whew. Should I show my poem to next? Monica, clearly. Hi again, Carl. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Carl. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing is full of imagery and symbolism? Wait, I wrote a poem for Natsuki. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean like that. It's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much of her time in her head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with this lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri, I'm back! Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we started our sharing of poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get to my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors they won't bright, beautiful colors. Beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, and endless a cacophony of meaningless noise. Noise that won't stop. Violently grating with my nerves. Some king... I can't read this. There's a blade better. Fuck it. I'm not reading it. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Someone tells me Monica isn't a bad person either, because she says, can you hear me? I can hear you loud and clearly. Well, I can't really hear you. I can read what you have to say, though. that's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Yuri. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. The poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things that you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning on an axle, grinding. Bolt head. Linear gearbox, falling sky. 7 holy stakes, a docked slip, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a town harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in a time, devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes. A sky of exploding stars. God disproving the existence of God. What? God disproving the existence of God. A wheel noticing in 6 dimensions, 40 gears, a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks around the second, a bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked slip to another world. What the fuck? It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pin fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how it feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one, though, so I don't think I will be doing it again unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below. Yuri, oh my god. This game's fucked up. This is different. Guys, you got Sari on the back of the wall. What the fuck is happening? I didn't know this was part of the game. I've watched this game before. This is not in the game. What the fuck? We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit in the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something about for the festival? It's not like we could put together anything good in just a few days. Wait, how's Natsuki back? Didn't she die? We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. What the fuck? I don't remember that being in the real game. Never do I recall that being a part. I got a black screen. Oh, I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it as simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Carl joined and we've started with some club activities, but this is the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members. And the festival is our only real time to find more, you know? So Sayori isn't here. Alright, she's hanging in the background, clearly. I mean, she's with us in heart, guys. She's in the background hanging. We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Carl? Ah, come on. You can't take advantage of Carl to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined this club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Carl joined. As for me, I just liked it better here than I do at home. And Carl isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken back by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Carl want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation, no. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club is nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think everyone here saw it in the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Carl, why did you even join this club? What are you hoping to get out of it? Well, it's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting the club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just wanted a place that feels nice to hang out with new friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take that away from me. She's not taking away anything away. No, Carl. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I would have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts picking up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about this obnoxious brat? Who cares about that obnoxious brat? Yuri! Be nice. Oh my god. I don't. It's not really Yuri, though. I mean, it's Monica controlling her. I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Holy shit. Not Monica, but Yuri, chill out. Give me the creeps. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Carl? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decided giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think about the most important thing is for everyone to get along. I feel the club provides something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With change in members, they identify the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we could talk about to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monica? I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Like, parts like this, it's relaxed. Sayori isn't in the background anymore. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Carl? Please don't take this in the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Carl before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of this time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monica waves at Yuri as Yuri exits the club room. Whew. Things have been a little hectic lately, haven't they? Carl, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. Is it me or the background's going darker? I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel like I'm kind of responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. Which, with how mean Natsuki is and everything, and you're being a little, you know... Sometimes I feel like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's all weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There's just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. Wait, not yet. No, stop it. Something tells me Monica's being forced. Something telling me that there is something forcing Monica. Maybe there's something beyond Monica. Right? And that's creepy to think about. Is someone else pulling the strings in the story? And is Monica a puppet? Natsuki's still here. I thought her neck snapped. Perfect. Doki Doki. Hope. Google. Dance. Mouse. Oh, the thing at the top's glitched out. That's kind of weird. Poof. Silly. Hop. Vitality. Krakovic Island. Kitty. Joy. Oh, that's her. Portrait? No, it's portrait of Markov. Party, vivid, atone, crimson, sweet. After marriage, wonderful. Nibble. Email. email. That's kind of weird. Aura. Alright. I seen something for a split second. I'm gonna leave it off here, and we'll come back on the next video. It's getting really souped up. You know something's about to happen. So, this is Indian Man, and I'm out. See you guys later. Bye.